don't think I've ever been this busy on April Fool's Day before, and not just because we already had our own April Fool's Day video, which I think is pretty fun, so check it out if you missed it, but more because Nintendo is announcing / teasing even more about the Switch 2. So, first of all, they posted this video, which we'll get to in a second, teases more about that little C button right there. Look, I can almost press it here. Again, we'll get to that in a second, but first I want to talk more about the Nintendo Treehouse Lives that they just announced as well, that we already posted a video about, because we have found out even more about it, all thanks to a Cool Beat Gamer in our new GX 2.0 Discord, which, by the way, you can join in the description below. I don't know why I put that in quotes. You can join that in the description below if you want to be part of our newer community. It's a lot of fun over there. But they found out that if you click on the Nintendo Today calendar, the new app that they have, and click on the days where these live treehouses are taking place, well, not only did they tell us, not only are they listed on the calendar, but they even show the time frames for them, which we already knew they started at 7 a.m. on Thursday and Friday, following the Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday, but we now know how long they actually are, with Thursdays being 4 hours and Fridays being 3 hours. That's an additional 7 hours of Switch 2 content on top of the 1 hour we're already getting tomorrow, Wednesday, with the April 2nd Direct. So that's 8 hours of collective Switch 2 content, which is absolutely insane. So I can't wait to see what games they'll be showing at these treehouses. Probably almost everything they'll be showing off tomorrow, just in more detail. You know, Mario Kart for sure, maybe Metro Prime 4 that ends up being, at a Switch 2 title as well, which I think it will be. 3D Mario perhaps, and of course there's going to be more. They often, I think, dedicate like an hour or less to a game, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Now, day 2 sometimes do repeat the previous days, but whatever. I'm speculating, but let's move on. I want to get back to that C button. Speaking of speculating, I want to get back to this baby, because this video is interesting for 2 reasons. So this appears also on the Nintendo Today app, only right now in regions where it is currently April 2nd, so for us in the US, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But for now, we have the video itself, and we are going to play it for you in just a sec, because this thing is really going in hard on what that mysterious button is all about. The one they've been hiding all this time, and only recently officially revealed. So let's click play on the button, or on the video real quick, and listen to this. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let's do it one more time. Did you hear that sound? So this is super interesting. For one, the mere fact that they're posting an entire video about that freaking button means it's doing something pretty big. Like, it has to be pretty important, and Nintendo's excited to show it off. But beyond that, that sound effect, like, that has to be that has to be a clue as to what it can be. Now, I could be off base here. That sound effect to me, of course, sounds almost like, a character talking. Some kind of, like, almost Animal Crossing style, I don't think it's an actual character talking, but you know what I mean. It sounds like for me, like a communication type thing. So I am thinking that is going to be a chat-related app in some way. Now, of course, I don't know exactly what that means. It could be chatting with your friends. Maybe it means, again, chatting with, whether it's live through voice, or maybe it'll be through some other means. Maybe, again, some kind of social media network. But based on that sound, it is kind of sound like a communication thing, which to me sounds more voice chat-ish. But I can't imagine it would only be voice chat if that's the case. So I'm curious to know what you think, but no matter what it is going to be a pretty big feature, because again, I think, with Nintendo teasing it as the final tease, presumably, before the Switch 2 Direct, it's gotta be something. It's gotta be something pretty exciting. I can't wait. We'll find out in just a few hours at this point what it actually is, and I want to hear your speculation below. So let me know in the comments what you think that C button could be for. I love just trying to press it here. I also have the Switch 2 mock-up, which I know some people are like, the challenge of Andre avoiding mentioning this mock-up, but it does have the C button also labeled right there as well. So I don't think I have to fake press it. I can actually kind of real press it, even though it's not an actual button in my Switch 2 mock-up, but that's beside the point. In any case, what do you think it is? Let me know. Beyond that, we'll be streaming everything tomorrow, Wednesday, starting at an hour earlier, so 6 a.m. my time. No, sorry, 7 a.m. my time Central, 5 a.m. Pacific, which would be 8 a.m. Eastern. That was a really confusing way of putting it. And also, again, if you want to join our 2.0 Discord, you can using the link in the description below. Whew, that was a lot. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for more tomorrow. I cannot wait. Should be a lot of fun. And the hype is real. Bye everyone.